question that so many people ask about high-ticket dropshipping is, do I need experience to do this? Well, the answer is no, you don't need any experience at all to do high-ticket dropshipping. Nobody has experience building an online business until they have built an online business for the first time. That said, if you have no experience in high-ticket dropshipping, your chances of success go up astronomically if you have a reliable framework to follow. So if you are someone that's serious about building a high-ticket dropshipping business, I recommend checking out my program. The link is in the description below. Do you need experience to do high-ticket dropshipping in general? No, you do not. I think the more interesting question, and the one that I get a lot, is what if I have no experience in my product, industry, or niche? What if I don't have a background in water pumps? What if I don't have a background in air compressors? What if I know nothing about the industry? I think that's one of the most common hesitations that people have, and it's also one of the biggest reasons why so many people flock to these really simple, easy to understand products like saunas, fitness equipment, golf simulators, and what have you. And that's why those spaces get filled up so much more than these overlooked, uncompetitive, B2B, need-based niches. I think there's kind of two levels to the question. Is it going to be hard for me to get suppliers if I don't have an industry background? And the second part of the question is it going to be hard for me to get sales if I have no industry background? And I'm going to address both of these. So how do you get suppliers in an industry like heavy machinery or pumps or air compressors or civil engineering? There's kind of two phases to this. The first phase is getting low-hanging fruit suppliers that are easy to get in the door with right off the bat. And the second phase is the larger brands in your space and figuring out how to approach them. So phase number one, how do you identify low-hanging fruit suppliers that will easily approve you? I've talked about this in a previous video, and I go through this exactly how to do it in my course. A really clever way to do it is find a young website that sells the products that you are looking to sell. If it's less than a year old, chances are it's probably a drop shipping site, and whatever brands they carry, you probably have a higher chance of getting in the door with those brands because this website also did within the last year. So start there. Get a few suppliers that are just low-hanging fruit that will kind of just approve you once they get the paperwork from you and they don't do a whole lot of other questioning. Because then when you approach these larger brands, you can actually speak to the fact that you have selling agreements with these businesses. But a lot of them are still going to ask you, what is your background in this industry? What do you know about this industry? This is where a lot of people get really nervous about it, because the fact of the matter is you don't have a background in this. So how do you convince them that you are a reliable dealer for them? How do you convince them that you are a good person to represent their brand with your business? And the answer to that is just be honest with them. Be honest about where you are at in the process of building your business. You can tell them your professional background. You can tell them your personal background. You can tell them, I went to college for this, my background professionally is in this is why I am building this business now, this is what led me to your industry. And while I can't speak to an extensive experience in this industry, we also recognize that in order to be successful in this industry, it requires a high level of product knowledge and customer service. And that is something that will come with time. We're not going to have a successful business if we can't provide good customer service. And that requires us to learn the products as we build the product pages and as we go along and help more and more customers. Talk to them as a person. That is going to give you a much higher chance of getting approved with these higher level suppliers off the bat than trying to give them this canned, robotic, salesy approach. And the longer that you're in whatever industry that you're in, the easier it's going to be to get those even higher level tier suppliers that maybe said no to you on the front end. Then it comes to the customer side of things. How do you actually close sales? How do you actually convince people to spend thousands of dollars on your website when you have no background in this industry at all? Short answer is it just comes with time. Nobody is an expert their first day on the job. On the front end, as you build the website, as you build out these product pages for your supplier's products, not only are you building out the product pages, but a byproduct of this is you're absorbing the information as you go. Once you've built 20, 40, 100 different product pages across, let's say, several suppliers that are in the same industry that sell the same things, you're just naturally going to absorb a lot of the information about these products. You're going to understand the differences between the brands. You're going to understand the differences between the models within each brand. It's like anything else. It's like studying for a test. It's like doing homework. You naturally learn the material as you go. So if you can take that material, if you can take the information that your suppliers have given you about their products, and you can present it in a way to the customer that makes it really easy to understand, what it is that they're buying. That means bullet points, that means tables, that means really concise information for them to look at. That makes it really easy to just sell products on the website and they will never even have to call in. But let's say a customer does call in and they have questions about your products that you simply don't know the answer to. What do you do in that situation? Well, I think the instinct for a lot of people is to maybe make something up or give them a guess, just try to give them something so they don't risk losing the sale. But that is the exact opposite of what you should do. A, you shouldn't just give them wrong information. That's kind of an unethical thing to do. B, if you tell them, look, I don't know the answer right now. If you give me 5 minutes, I will find the answer and I will call you right back. And what you do in that time, if they say, okay, you will call the supplier, you will ask them the question that you don't know the answer to, you will get the answer, you will call the customer right back. What that does to the customer is it makes them recognize that you value them and that you went one step further to get them an answer that they were looking for. Not only were you honest with them, but you clearly showed that you care about them, and that will make them 10 times more likely to buy from you than it will from somebody else. Even though the instinct is to just give them whatever information will close the deal right then and there on the phone, take that extra step, get the correct information for them, and get back to them. And I'm telling you, it is this type of stuff with your customers that will 10x your conversion rate. And the beauty of this is, over time, the more questions you get, and the more answers you get for those questions, the less you have to go to your supplier to get the answers to those questions. And this is what actually leads to really high-level customer service over the phone and high close rates for products that cost thousands of dollars. And not only that, it'll also help you improve your product pages, because if you realize, I'm getting this question a lot, it's not really clearly addressed on the product page, maybe I should address this towards the top of the product description. Maybe I should make this a really clear bullet point for people to see, because a lot of people have this question. If they land on the website, there's the answer to that question. That makes it a really easy buy for them. Building a business in an industry that you know nothing about is like anything else. You suck at it at first, you get better at it over time. And the people that are willing to step out of their comfort zone and take on an industry like that are going to have so much more success in this business model than 99% of the other people that are just flocking to these really obvious massage chair, luxury furniture, on a fitness equipment type niches. At its simplest core, all high-ticket dropshipping is, I am partnering with established companies and I'm selling their products on my website. I have to answer 2 questions. First question, do people search for these products on Google? If the answer is yes, the second question I need to answer is, how do I get these products in front of them? And the answer to the second question becomes a lot easier if A, you create a really buying experience compared to all of your competitors, and B, you have way less competitors, which is exactly what you're going to find if you choose a niche like this versus the surface level crappy niches that are completely saturated that other high ticket programs recommend. So if you are someone that is serious about doing this, I recommend checking out my program. The link is in the description below. Let me know in the comments what it is you want me to talk about on this channel, and we will see you guys in the next video.